Glad that you can see and hear us. Is it laggy or is it going smoothly? It's working great. Oh, that's good. Thanks, Justin. So, hi guys, it is good to see you all. We haven't done a live stream in quite a while with one thing and another. I was sick and then we had family in town, so I haven't been able to do it. And so I thought I need to get one done, and I probably will do one next weekend as well, because then after that I possibly won't be able to do one for a while because we have, again, family coming into town for quite a long time for my son's graduation. So I thought that we'd get it going and we would do one this week, and then hopefully we'll also do one next Friday as well. So that's good. So okay, I'm glad it's running smoothly now. It's still telling me I'm on low output, but if it's working okay, that is great. So, okay, so I wanted to ask you guys some questions. I thought that rather than me just sit here and keep answering questions, that maybe we could interact a little bit more. So, what I thought I would do is ask you questions, and then if you could answer in the comments box, and we can sort of get a dialogue going rather than me just sitting constantly answering questions. I will do that as well, but I just thought it would be good if we could all interact with each other rather than it just be me. So my first question is, let me know in the comments box below what videos that you would like to see on our channel, and then I'm going to go back through the comments and log those down. So if you could let me know, that would be great, because obviously we're wanting to put out what you want to see, not just videos that we want to see, or want to do. Obviously, you know, we want to do what you guys want to see and sort of, I say, know about. Not that we know that much, but we're learning as we go along. So DIYs. Okay, can you just get a pen and paper and write them down or type them down? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, my husband's going to write these down as they go along, so that we can get them. So we have DIYs. Pugster Henry is doing great. He is getting on the old side, so his fins are a little sort of not doing too well, but on the whole, he is doing really well. So more beta videos. We do beta videos every Tuesday, and then if I put one out on a Friday, it is very often a goldfish one, but it is sometimes a beta fish one, but beta fish. In fact, that was actually my second question. Do you follow the goldfish? Do you follow our channel for the goldfish, or do you follow it for the beta fish? Or is it something completely different? That was going to be my next question. So as it seems to be, beta fish seems to keep coming up here. So I think that I do know the beta fish are more popular than the goldfish, but we do like to do the goldfish ones too, because I do know a lot of people follow for the goldfish. So Wickedman22 says, could you try a beta sorority? We do actually have one, but it's not strictly a sorority. We do have 7 females, but they're actually in a community tank. So although it's not strictly a beta sorority, we do have just the females on their own. So okay, somebody else has put updates on the tanks if they get changed. We've actually got a lot of changes coming up, so there will be a lot of tank changes, and we are maybe adding some different species of fish as well. So we've all got that sort of coming over the next few months. So, but that's all a secret, so shh, you have to be quiet on that. So Nisi says both. Okay, well that's good. Okay, so beta fish is definitely overwhelming here. There's no question about that. So, all right, what else have we got? H2O Plant says, I follow the fish people. Yeah, I do that too. So anything fish related, I do tend to follow. But I do like channels that particularly do obviously the fish I like. But yeah, I follow all channels because I think that it's good to learn about a broad spectrum of things, not just stay within what we do, you know, what we do. So, and also you're always learning. So what other people do, you do learn as well. So a beta fish, okay. So out of all the videos that we do, what would you say your favourite kind of videos are? So is it the DIYs? Is it the tank updates? Is it the new setups that we do? What is the favourite videos that you do? So Nisi says, H2O lol, I may borrow that answer. Yeah, that was a good answer. Yeah, anything fish related. That's okay, so Ella says, beta with fin rot and one guppy with torn fins. I bought a treatment, will do water changes twice a week rather than one, and use aquarium salt. Any tips and advice? Yeah, with the fin rot, I would do, well, if you're doing treatment, then I would follow the treatments. Rather than do anything else. But if the fin rot is not too bad, you can actually just do much more water changes. So I would actually do daily water changes, and usually that will take care of it. But if it's bad, then the treatment is better. In which case, I would follow the directions on the treatment. Frost YouTuber says hi. Crystal says hi. Okay, what else have we got? I love goldfish, they are the best. So you're following for the goldfish, that's great. Yes, we do have a different species of fish on the way, but like that will not be for probably maybe a month or so. Like I say, we're coming into a really busy time of year for us, so we're going to be doing it probably, well, back end of next month or possibly even into the beginning of June. So what is my favourite fish? I would have to say goldfish and betta fish, but I think probably my all-time favourite fish are the Denison barbs and the clown loaches. I just absolutely love those, which is why we got them when we got the 75 gallons. So, okay, so somebody else says, love seeing the community tank the most. Okay, we're going to actually do a lot of changes on that again, sort of over the next few months. We've got some big changes planned for that tank. So somebody's put Damien's put do more goldfish videos. Okay, new setups, DIY setups, tutorials, DIY tank updates, so basically a broad spectrum of. A broad spectrum, then basically all the videos we're doing is what is coming up. So okay, all right, let's see, what have we got? Kind of off the main question, but I would like to see a tank in your background when you stream. I think that would be awesome. It would. The only problem is where the tanks are, then it's difficult to do that as a background unless I can figure out how Steam Fox Aquatics does his, because he does his and they look so cool. The backgrounds that he does in his live streams, but to actually just have one in the background is too difficult for us, because some of them are up on the breakfast bar, which is way too high, and the others are in our bedroom, and there's not really anywhere I can sit to do that. So, but I will maybe work on that. So, what else have we got? You like aquascaping videos as well? Okay. Yeah, aquascaping, it depends what you're saying by that. I mean, for us, we do plants very basically. Justin from H2O Plants is your plant guy. We are, I keep saying we're very new to plants. We've been using them for about a year, but we still know very little about them. We're just learning every day. So, but when we do our tank designs, we do try to do them differently, but I don't know that I'd call them aquascaping, but we do try and get very creative with them. I will say that. So, Denise says, I have just bought a fantail goldfish, but he is missing a dorsal fin. I know ranchus and the like are bred without a dorsal fin, and they do just fine. Do you think he will manage okay? I don't see why not. I mean, like you say, the ranchus do perfectly fine without the dorsal fin, so I don't see why he wouldn't. Whether the extra fins would make a difference, if it's a fantail, whether that would make it harder because the fins are so much longer, I don't know. But I mean, I have seen that they have been breeding the bigger tails without the dorsal fin. There's several different strains of breeders doing that, and so whether they're finding that it does work or not, I'm not really sure. But I don't see why not. But I think it probably would be. It will probably well, time will tell, I guess, whether the fins get too much for it. But I don't see why not. Okay. Have I ever thought about a saltwater tank? I have, but they are a lot of work, and ideally, if you're going to do it, it needs to be a larger tank just because they can be difficult, especially if you're a beginner, and also they're extremely costly. So I think that would it's something we'd maybe do, but I doubt it's going to be anytime soon. These comments keep jumping up. A Frost YouTuber says, everyone please ask for more goldfish videos, they are amazing. Yeah, I am going to try and do one per week, but videos do take a long time to make, as I am sure that Justin can attest to, H2O Plants can attest to. They do take a really long time to make, and so doing 2 a week is already very time consuming, and I usually the second one is a goldfish one, but it's not always. But I am trying to do 2 a week, but it's not something that I can completely commit to. What kind of snails do you have? We have Nerite snails. They're the only type. No, actually, we have Nerite and we have Ram's Horn. Right now, they're the only ones that we have. So, Onisi says a green screen with OBS, 2 cams. Okay, well, maybe I can figure that out. I am not very tech savvy. Even just learning the live stream was really difficult. So I am not tech savvy at all. But maybe I can try and figure it out. So hi, I watch all your videos. They're really cool. Thank you very much. Would you breed betas anytime? It is something that we plan to do. We were planning on doing it actually the beginning of this year, but then of course we ended up with the goldfish fry, and I didn't want to be on a huge learning curve with 2 different lots of fry, so we've put it on hold, and it's maybe something we're going to do at the back end of this year, but we're not 100% certain. We have enjoyed the goldfish fry, but they are a lot of work. Having fry is a lot of work. I don't know if you've watched Creative Pet Keeping's video, and she's got a lot of baby fry, and as she said in her recent video, they are a lot of work, and it's also very costly as well. So but yes, it is something that in the future we plan to do, but it's not something that we're going to be doing in the next few months, maybe the back end of this year. Hunter's Channel, how are the snails? Yeah, the snails are doing great. We've had many of them now for about 18 months, and the ram's horns are new to us, so we've got a lot of babies, and they are breeding like crazy right now. So Jazz King says, a tour of your tanks. That is something actually I plan to do. We're going to be doing that sort of once we've got all the tanks set up the way that we're planning on having them. So all right, can you do a care guide for beta fish? Actually, you know, that is something that I was going to ask you guys. It's on my question list, and that is, I was thinking of putting a series together based on so many of the questions that we get about setting a tank up and the nitrogen cycle and how to cycle a tank. So I had an idea of doing a series where I was thinking of doing sort of what you need for a beta tank. So, you know, everything basically you need to set up a beta fish tank, and then actually doing the setup of the beta fish tank with the cycle included and following the results of that and how we do it all the way through to adding the tank. Do you think that is something that you guys would be really interested in seeing? I've sort of kept thinking about doing it, but the work involved in that type of series would be immense. So if that is something that you would be interested in, then let me know in the chat there if it's something that you would be interested in me putting together. So Guppy says, live stream, just came home. If I missed it, I would have been mad. Yeah, we're actually about an hour later than we normally do it. So, so yeah, so thanks for joining us. Let's see. I have a fantail goldfish and its stomach has gone bigger, so I'm not sure if pregnant. Do you have any ideas if it is? It's possibly egg bound. If it's got a lot bigger, is it bloated or is it floating on the top of the water, sort of upside down? It could be several things, but sometimes if their stomachs bloat up, then they can possibly be egg bound. And if they don't release them, that can actually be dangerous. So I suggest that you maybe Google that to see sort of some ideas of what you can do. Okay, yes, I know you hired an editor. We're not at that stage yet. Editing, doing the videos is one of my favourite sides of Life with Pets. I love to edit and do the videos, but they are just really, really time consuming. So, hi Life with Pets, it's me. Oh, but you changed your name. Okay, I thought I recognised the first half of the name, but not the second half. So, Ella, can you do a daily fish routine? That is a great idea. We will put that one down for sure. That is a really great idea. How many betas do you have? That I can't tell you without stopping and thinking for quite a while. I think it's 12, 13, something like that. I'm not really sure. When I use the Marina beta heater, they really overheat the tank. I just stick with the Marina 10 watt. Yeah, we use the Marina beta heater, but we don't have any issues like that at all. What size tank do you actually have it in? Ours are in a 2.5. We use them in the 2.5 gallon. So, have you ever fed any of your fry vinegar eels? Or what do you think of them? I bought some recently online for my platy fry. I think they're perfectly fine. No, it's not something we've done with the goldfish. I think that is probably something more related. Well, no, you can feed any fry that, but no, we haven't done that. We've stuck more with the frozen foods, and they're now eating basically everything the goldfish eat and growing like crazy. If I was to breed betas, which ones would I breed? Right now, I think I would do Minnie, and then I would need to get a male that would be suitable. I think she's probably the only one right now suitable to breed. All our other females are getting old. And I do have a koi male who is absolutely gorgeous, but his fins are not the best. So I don't think that he would be a good choice. Any advice for algae issues in a 20-litre tank? If Justin is still watching, he would be the best one to answer that. But for us, he advised us to go to feeding every other day, which we did, and to reduce our lighting, which we did. We had our lighting, I think we were doing about 7 to 8 hours a day, and we went down to about 4 to 5 hours a day. And within literally a week, it completely cleared up. We actually showed it in one of our recent videos. If you haven't seen it, I think it was the recent one that was the 75-gallon update, and the results were amazing. And to be honest, I really didn't think it would work what he told me to do, but it did. It cleared it up, and the tank is still really clear. So I would suggest trying that, but it can be a lot of different things though. In our case, it probably was that I was overfeeding, because I do like to feed my fish. We do a lot of water changes, but it obviously did just throw it out of balance. But it can be a lot of different things within a tank. So it can be sort of too much light, it can be not enough light. So it can be a lot of different things. So sometimes you have to just play around with different things. So, I would try that. I would definitely try that. But if you are on Instagram and want to message H2O Plants, or if you leave him a comment on one of his videos, he's usually pretty good at responding. Have I ever used Intercept fin rot treatment? I haven't. I have never ever had a beta fish with fin rot. Usually the main cause of it is water quality, and it's down to obviously frequent water changes and there being no ammonia, because fin rot is caused by ammonia burning the fins, which is why it goes black and then it gets an infection. So it's not something I have ever had to treat. The advice I give is based on all the research that I've done, and obviously listening to what others have said have worked as well. So Would you consider doing another themed aquarium like the one you did in the past with the Finding Nemo and the Christmas ones? They were fantastic. Well, thank you very much. I have actually been thinking about doing another one, but I'm not sure as yet because I have so many other video ideas that I want to do. And obviously, you guys have given me some ones that you want to see as well. So it's not something that I probably will do anytime soon. So. Fun stuff with Emma says, how many fish do you have? We have too many to count. A lot. We have a lot. We have 7 tanks. So some of them do only have 1 beta fish in, but the 75-gallon has probably got the most fish in, and then we have a 20-gallon long, and that is a community with betas as well. So which is better for a beta sponge filter or a regular filter? In my opinion, sponge filter is better, simply because you can adjust the flow with the pump. If you have like a valve on it, then you can adjust the flow. So I do think a sponge filter is much better for beta fish. In fact, sponge filters are excellent filters no matter what the tank is, but for definitely best for beta fish. Is Murphy getting better? Murphy is perfectly fine now and has been for quite a long time. Will you ever hand spawn or breed goldfish? We have goldfish fry right now that we ended up with eggs, and we took them out just to see what would happen. I don't think I would ever hand spawn though, but we have no issue with our female dropping eggs. She does it near enough on a weekly basis, so we have no issue in getting eggs. But I'm not going to breed anytime soon because I want to grow the ones out that we've got, and then, like I said, we are considering breeding beta fish. So no plans for that. But no, I don't think I would hand spawn. What else have we got here? Let's see. Nisi says, not only would I watch that series, but I'd throw it in a playlist for my teenager to watch for sure. Okay, I think that, like I say, I do think it is something that I am going to go ahead and do. Have you ever considered making a guppy tank, or do you have one? Sorry, Canon you. We used to have guppies, but we've not had them for the longest time. I wouldn't do it at this point because we have other plans of different species of fish. So right now, guppies are not in our future that I foresee anyway. So how did you get into fish? That was a long, long time ago. I, as most people do, went out and got a fish tank and just basically did it all wrong. But we have had goldfish. We have had a lot of fish over the years. And it's just a hobby that has stayed with us, and but we've just got really heavily into over the last few years. I use them in my 2.5 gallon. Oh right, okay, that surprises me then that it overheats, because mine keeps them at about 80, and that's through the winter. Right now we don't have the filters in the heaters in our tanks because it's gone really warm here, and so from now through to about November, December, we don't need to use heaters. So Joyce says, I like your personality and your puppy too. Thank you very much. Yes, our puppies are very cute. They are very, very cute. Okay. If I send you a picture of my goldfish on Instagram later after the stream, do you think you could help me diagnose my goldfish's illness? Yeah, I can certainly try. Just go ahead. If you need my Instagram link, it's in the videos, so if you just go to one of the videos and click on it, if you're not already following us, I can certainly try. I am not an expert, but I would certainly give it a go, or I know somebody who is really good that I can always pass you on to if necessary. So when do you put baby goldfish to the bigger tank? We're just waiting for them to get a little older. Probably maybe another month to 6 weeks. We actually reckon they are bigger than when we got Pip less than a year ago. So I think that we will probably another 6 to 8 weeks, but it depends. We're sort of playing that one by ear. There's no rush, and as long as we keep doing the water changes in the tank they're in now, then there is no rush to move them across. So How long does it take for eggs to hatch for goldfish? It's 2 to 3 days. It depends on the temperature that you are in, but it's usually 2 to 3 days. So, what is the time where you live? It is 1:11 a.m. Wow, that is late. It is 6:15 here, so it's not too late here. If I were to get another animal, not a cat or a dog, what would it be? Oh wow, if I was to get another animal, not a cat or a dog, what would it be? I have no idea. You want to say pufferfish?
No, no.
My husband's looking at me here, and usually if we get asked if we could have any fish, what would it be? He always jumps in and says pufferfish. But if I could have any animal, I'm assuming not a cat, a dog, or a fish, what would it be? Gosh, I have no idea. I do love birds. We had cockatiels in the past, and I absolutely adore them. So maybe another cockatiel. And we did used to breed gerbils many, many years ago. I do like those as well. But yeah, maybe a cockatiel. H2O Plant says, I'm an expert. I'm growing tons of algae. You're an expert in getting rid of it too. So definitely, because I was just tearing my hair out with constantly scrubbing the sides of the tank, and you came along, gave me that advice, I followed it, and wow, the difference was just amazing. So good shout out to H2O Plants there. So any advice on moving across country with fish and betta fish? Not really. It's not something I have done, so I don't want to give advice out where I might get it wrong. I don't want to do your fish harm, so I can't really help on that. I am really sorry. Okay, let's see. These things go up so quick. Nisi, $10. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your hobby and knowledge with the YouTube community. Keep up the great content. Enjoy a cup of tea on me. Thank you so much. You remembered from last time when it was coffee, and I said I don't really drink coffee, but I do drink tea. So, but my husband drinks coffee, so maybe I'll split it with him. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. All right, what else have we got? 11:12 p.m. in the UK. Yeah, it is. I do know UK time really well, obviously, from being with there. So, all right. Have you ever had any experience with platy, guppy, or molly fry? If so, any advice? I haven't, no. When we had our guppies, we had all males, and that was deliberate because I didn't want to deal with the fry. So no, I don't. I'm sorry. Have you ever kept plecos? Yes, we have. We've got a clown pleco right now, and we've kept several different other types over the years, but right now we've just got the clown pleco. So. Oh, and the rubber lip. Yes, we do have a rubber lip pleco as well. Yes, yeah, I'd forgotten about him. So yeah, we've got those two types right now. How do you trim Bacopa? Yes, the $1 per gallon sale is until the end of the month. How do you trim Bacopa? You just basically cut it wherever you want to cut it, and then just stick that cutting into the substrate, and it will just start to grow. We actually did that on our recent video. We show cutting it all off, and we then just stick it back into the substrate, and it will just grow again. So, how can you take out eggs from a tank without ripping it apart? Or is there no way to get them out? With us, very often she lays on a plant that we had in there, so I just took the plant out. We also have the pothos roots in there, and she regularly lays on those. So if we wanted more, then we can do that. But ideally, you need to put, if there's nothing in the tank that they can lay on, then you can make sort of like spawning mops, and they will then actually lay the eggs on those, and then all you've got to do is just take them out the tank. So that can be done. I think if you go and check out Solid Gold's video, I think she's actually got a video on doing the spawning mop, so you'd be able to see that done. So, can you remember what your first fish was? No, it was that long ago. No, I can't. Okay, what is the smallest size tank you recommend for 2 goldfish? That would be 30 gallon. The general recommended is 20 for the first fish and then 10 gallons thereafter. And when I actually look at our 20-gallon tank and then look at the size of our goldfish, and I always think when our goldfish is shown on video, it really doesn't come across how big they actually are because they're in such a large tank. So when I actually think about seeing two of them in, say, a 20-gallon, it is way too small. Even one in a 20-gallon would be pushing it, just because if they're kept right, they do get very, very large. So I would say that 30 gallons is minimum. 40-gallon breeder would be even better. But if you're going to do a 30-gallon, you just need to know goldfish are a lot of work with lots of water changes. So just be aware of that. Unfortunately, they're sold as very, very easy fish, and they're not. Not if you're going to keep them right. They're not easy. Well, they are easy fish. They just require a lot of work. Nisi, you're a legend. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Should I give my betas bloodworms? Do they like them? They absolutely love them. Absolutely, you should give them. If you haven't seen my latest feeding beta fish video, go check that out and see all the foods that we offer. We offer an awful lot. Isaac says, someone has offered me a white beta on Instagram. Should I say yes or no? That's entirely up to you, whether you trust who is selling it, whether it's healthy or not. That's entirely up to you. That's not an answer I can really give you. Okay, beta fish love bloodworms. Yes, they do. Am I originally British? Yes, I am. Yes, I originate from there. Has Fish Room, hello, hi. Okay, drinking tea right now, Earl Grey. Yeah, I love Earl Grey tea. I really do. Yeah, it's one of my favourites. All right, let's see. Could I keep two goldfish in a 20-gallon tank, or is that not ideal? I would say personally, it's not ideal. If it's the best you can do and you're willing to do a lot of work with water changes, then go ahead and just add a lot of filtration. But I would say it's not ideal. The dollar per gallon sale sounds handy. Pity we don't have it in the UK. It's extremely handy. It's how we do all our tanks. Although I believe this month they did limit it because of issues with, I don't know whether it was with the glass or the bigger tanks. I don't think they were offering quite the same. So, all right, let's see. Alana says, I'm a huge fan of your videos and especially like the beta ones. Thank you very much. I would love it if you bred betas and documented it, as I am hoping to potentially get into breeding. Okay, I will note that. If you go check out Creative Pet Keeping, she has a whole playlist. She's not long done the breeding of beta fish, and she's done it from start to finish, of choosing the fish. You even actually get to see the betas breeding, and then I think the betas are about 8-9 weeks old, because I actually think they're the same age as our goldfish fry. So go check that out, because that was that's been a really good series. I've got some good tips from that myself. What do you feed newborn goldfish, and when should you change the food again and then to normal goldfish food? We fed the baby brine shrimp. You need to set up a hatchery and do the live baby brine shrimp. That is the best food that you can give them. And then it was probably about, I can't remember whether it was 3 weeks in. You'd have to go check out the videos. I can't remember all the time scales, but it's on the videos. If you go check out the from birth to 4 weeks video, that will tell you exactly what we did. But now at 8 weeks, and I think it was 6 weeks, they've been eating just about anything and everything. In fact, they had peas yesterday, so they really are eating everything that the adult goldfish are eating. Fluffy says hi. Lauren says hi. How long? It jumped. How long does it take for a goldfish to grow? A lot of that depends on tank temperature, how many water changes you're willing to do. Goldfish actually grow very, very quickly. We do have, if you check out our goldfish playlist, our adult goldfish, we have videos from when we first got them to up to about 3 months ago. And in I think it's June, we'll have had them a year, and I'm going to do another video showing just how much they've grown in that year. But because of where we live, then our temperatures are higher than the average of what you would actually keep them at, so that does promote growth. And also we do a lot of water changes, and we do feed a lot of food as well, as in quality food. They get a big variety of food, and that makes a big difference. So there's a lot of different factors in going into how to grow your goldfish, and it is a video I do plan on doing actually. So all right, so oh, this keeps jumping. Give me a second. All right. All right, so Frosty usually live with pets. Oh yes I do. I have several on there as well. Yes. How big are your clown loaches? Ours right now are probably about 3 inches. Was it 3 inches? About 3 inches. Yeah, 3 to 3.5. We have sort of 2 that are larger and then 2 that are smaller. So the smaller ones are probably about 1.5 to 2 inches, and then the bigger ones are, I would say, about 3 to 3.5 inches. We are actually having a lot of problems with them because they are messing up our plants. So we're trying to decide whether to keep them or not, because they're puncturing holes in all the tanks, in all the plants. So we're trying to figure out if there's plants they won't bother with, so we can maybe change them out, or whether it's a lack in the diet. I have read somebody saying that if you, or I was told if you feed them a lot of green beans, that can make a difference. So it's something we're going to try. But they're my favourite fish, so I really don't want to let them go, but we might have to. So we'll have to wait and see. Which bit of Britain did you come from? Liverpool. So everyone always says, oh, the Beatles. But yeah, Liverpool. I used to love Earl Grey, but then my doctor told me no more caffeine. Yes, yeah, I don't drink any coffee, and I usually have just 1 tea a day. So, and I don't drink soda, or very rarely drink soda, I should say. So my main beverage is water. So, yeah, I don't think that's too bad. So. I thought I recognised your accent from being England myself. Oh, right, okay. Yes, but a lot of people think it's Australia or Scotland or Ireland. We've even had South Africa. We've had a lot of different people thinking different things. But yeah, Liverpool, England. All right, what is the smallest tank you can have for a betta fish, and is a filter for guppies good for them? Smallest tank for a betta fish we recommend is 2.5 gallons. And a filter for guppies, absolutely. A filter is ideally needed in any tank, so definitely a filter is a good thing for them. So, what are some easy, fun fish to keep in 20 gallons? Wow, okay. So assuming you're talking tropical, I would say any of the types of tetras. I absolutely love the Harlequin rasboras, and that's because of just the way they school together. They just school so well. So I really, really like those. What other ones would I say are fun for 20 gallons? We deal in the bigger fish overall, so I am stuck on what else I would say are fun. Do you know, I really don't know what I'd say, but I do like the Harlequins. I just think they're really good. And a lot of tetras are fun as well, but you do have to keep them sort of in the right numbers, otherwise they can get very nippy. So, what's your dream fish that you've never kept but would like to? Oh, gosh, what was my dream fish? Well, my husband's would be pufferfish. As so many of you know, when we get asked this question, he would say pufferfish. My dream fish, if I could have anything, I actually think it would be the Mabu puffer. I absolutely love Aquarium Co-op's I think it's Murphy, and Steamfoot Aquatics. He's got one as well, and I just think they are such characters. But you have to have huge tanks, because I think they get to about 28, 30 inches. So I do think actually it would be that, because I just think the character is amazing on them. It's like they almost talk to you. So, is it good to go to a garage sale? I got a 10-gallon 15 with a power head, all for $10. It's good to go. Yes, it certainly is. I just recently got a couple of new tanks. My son volunteers at a thrift store, and some new tanks came in, and so he got those for me. And they're in great condition as well. So yeah, definitely, as long as they're cleaned out well, then second-hand tanks, there is absolutely nothing wrong with them. So, all right. Alana says, yes, I've been watching her videos since before she even started breeding them. Oh, that's good. That's good. I think it's really good for us all to support each other and follow all the other channels. And I think that's really good. I think that creates a really strong community. Somebody's actually waiting for algae growth for a snail. Everyone else is trying to get rid of algae, but you're actually waiting for algae growth. I mean, you can feed your snail wafers and gel food. The ram's horn that we've got right now, we actually feed them the Soliant Green gel food, Rapashi, and they absolutely love that. We also do blanched spinach. You can do that. So there are lots of other things that you can do, but obviously algae is, and I do find with the Nerite snails, they much prefer algae over anything else. Even if I put wafers in, they've got to be hungry to eat them. They very often don't bother with them. So for the most part, they just feed on the algae, nothing else. Okay, let's see. Let's see, what else do we have? Keeps jumping up. All right, we've jumped up. I would love red cherry shrimp. Yes, me too. But I find they're difficult to find. And when you do find them, boy, are they expensive. They seem to be very expensive. And we've never really had success keeping shrimp. So it's something that I would like to do at some point. But whether we will, we'll just have to wait and see. So... could you do a beta diet video such as a variety of food you feed? How often? PS, love your channel. You inspired me to start owning fish. Well, thank you very much. We do actually have a video. I think it's called Feeding Our Beta Fish or something like that. It's got the picture of our yellow and black koi on the front. And we did it about 4 weeks ago, I think, but that actually does tell you all about what we feed. I don't know whether it says about how often, but we feed twice a day. But it does give the variety of everything we feed. So yeah, clown loach are demons with plants. Almost all tanks I've seen with big loaches don't have plants. Yeah, that does seem to be the way, what we're leaning towards, that unfortunately this may not work out. We had no idea they did it because we've had them in the past and we've never had that issue, but then we realised we'd never done it with we've never had them with live plants, so that was the difference basically. Unfortunately we may have to rehome, but we're going to wait and see. We're going to do a bit more research and see if we maybe can't stop them with diet. Maybe there's something within diet that we can help. So all right. All right, do you know any good fish that can live with betas, skirt tetras and pinctus catfish in a 46-gallon tank? It depends how many beta fish you already have. But again, the Harlequin rasporas go really well. We found platies have done really well as well. Some people have had success with neons, but a lot of people also say that they get very nippy. But a lot of the time, I think that it's maybe more they don't have enough neons that they can squabble amongst themselves, as opposed to then they sort of look outwardly at other fish. But yeah, neons would be a possibility, but it depends how many more you can put in your tank. Oh, I've just jumped up again. Let's see. Oh, I've jumped way up now. I don't know where I am now. So if I've missed your comment, I apologise. The screen every now and again will literally just jump up, and then it's hard to then find where you were, so where I was. So let's see. Let's see if I can go back to where I was. Okay, no, I can't find where I was, so I'll just have to start nearer the bottom again and work our way up. So, where are we? Yeah, you know, it's funny. I see a few of you talking about the difference between the USA and the UK, and it seems that there's not a great variety in beta fish in the UK. Is that actually true? We only ever owned, I think, 2 or 3 when we were in the UK, and I really can't. I think they were just veil tails. And I very often get asked, where do we get them? And that because I'm English, so they think that I'm in England, and then they realise we're in the USA, and so that's where we're getting all these really nice fish. So is it still true? Let me know in the chat if there's anyone still from England watching, if it's still true that you can't get the coloration of betta fish that you can get, or the variety of betta fish that you can get in the UK. Okay, so just got a 20-gallon. I am stuck between betta sorority or puffer fish. That's a difficult one because both are great fish. So yeah, that is a really, really difficult one. So it's very rare in the UK to get nice fish. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. So hey, Creative Pet Keeping, hi. It is good to see you. I just watched your latest video, and I could not guess what fish. There were no hints within your video to what new fish you were getting. So yeah. So if you haven't seen the latest video, go ahead and watch it. She does an update on all her tanks, and she's hinting at new fish coming. So, but she didn't give enough hints to give any idea to what they were. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she gets. Somebody else has put in, it's difficult to find a pretty betta in the UK. I've waited months to find a blue one at my Pets with Home. Yeah, they don't seem to be as popular over there. From memory, I think we ended up with just the basic red veil tails. That was all we could get. But I hear that, I do hear that a lot, that you can't get them, which I think is a shame because there's so many beautiful varieties. So I think that it's such a shame that you can't. Somebody else has put, it really depends what shop you go to. Let's see. I bought a Dumbo for $30 in the UK. Wow. Yeah, I think over here, well, it depends where you go, but they're anything from like $15 to maybe $25. It really does depend. Or if you're doing them online, then they can be a lot more expensive because of the shipping. But yeah, I think usually they're about $15 to $20. So, oh. Okay, you got me. Creative Pet Keeping got me. Okay, yeah. I mean, I did wonder about that, but I just thought, well, yeah, okay. Hey Bob, Steamfast Aquatics is here. We were just talking about you before and your puffer. Somebody asked me if I could keep any fish, what would it be? And I was saying about Corey's puffer and your puffer fish, and I do think it would be one of those, but we could never give it the tank size. We do not have the fish room and the space that you guys have. So, so yeah, we were discussing that earlier. So, Bob, us OBS for your green screen effect, right? Oh, you use. Yeah, we were talking about the how you get your backgrounds, because somebody Justin from H2O Plants was saying you should have a fish background, and it's like, well, where all our fish are, it's just not practical to put them in the background. So then they were saying about a green screen, and well, I am not tech savvy, so unless you can maybe talk me through it, then I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll see. Maybe I might try it. All right, what else have we got going on here? Let's see. Yeah, everyone's saying the struggles of getting a betta fish in England, which that is such a shame. Mabu puffer, that's right. Yes, that's the one. I would definitely love to have. If I could have any fish, I just think they are such characters. So, such characters. All right, somebody's put, I am in England and my local fish store has a good variety. It has koi males, crown tails, veil tails, and many more. They also have good CO2 plants that are very expensive. So you're very fortunate then, because most people don't get a good variety over there. How many betta fish do you have? I think it's 12 without stopping to count them, but I think it's either 12 or 14. I think it's 12. I lose count. They're just all in the tanks, and so yeah, we lose count. Just wanted to say hi, you're awesome. Thank you very much. Can somebody tell me what a paradise beta is? I have heard that terminology, but I'm not sure what it is. I need to go and look that up. Maybe somebody in the comments can tell you. I think I did see one at, I think it was PetSmart just recently, but I know it's to do with colouring, but I can't remember what the colouring was. I think it was sort of like a pinky body and then yellow fins, but maybe, if I'm wrong, maybe somebody can correct me, and that's something I need to go look up afterwards so that I know that question for later. So, somebody else has put that it's a mustard gas, is that right? Okay, I did not know that. Okay, so I really hope I can get more people into breeding around the world. That way we can make pretty betas more accessible. I thought paradise is another name for mustard gas. There you go. I have learned something today. So it is another name for mustard gas. Yes, I have been asked several times if I'm going to breed, and I was saying that we do plan on breeding beta fish. We planned on doing it at the beginning of this year, but then we had the goldfish fry, and so we changed our plans, and we possibly will do it at the back end of the year. But I need to find a decent male that we can put with our female. I feel the one that we've got, as his fins have grown, I don't think that he would be suitable for breeding. So I'm going to look for a really good male, and we will possibly do it at the end of the year. So, oh, my screen's just jumped up again. Give me a second. Okay, let's see. Sheila, is it okay if I add some fishes in my 13-gallon aquarium? I have 3 mollies and 1 male beta. Will it be crowded if I add more? I don't know that it would be crowded. I think when these questions get asked, a lot of it is down to how much work you want to do and what's best for the fish. So if you want to add more, I'd say that's okay. However, you just need to be aware that very often you'll have to do maybe more maintenance on a tank, because obviously there's more waste. So yeah, I don't see why you couldn't add any more. All right, where are we? What is the absolute minimum for one fancy goldfish? I would say 20 gallons. That is the general recommended. So yeah, 20 gallons. Life of Pets, finally you did a live stream. Yes, it has been a while. I think it's been about a month, and I know that we've done today, and I'm hoping we can do one on next Friday, and then after that it probably will be a while again, as I have family coming into town, so it will probably be a good while until we'll be able to do another one. So what plants do you recommend for a 10-gallon that will not get out of hand in growth? We use, what do we use? We use green cryptocorin, we've got that one in a 10-gallon, Amazon sword, Anubias, that one's good. What else do we use? They're usually what we use. We tend to stick to very basic plants, so I'm not probably the best one to ask for plants, because we do stick to the beginner/basic plants. So, I mean, there's most plants you can trim down, but some do get really big, and it depends if you want to be high-tech or low-tech. Those are easy beginner plants. So it's 20 to, oh, it's just jumped up again. It's 20 to midnight in the UK, the lengths I go to watch your live stream. Yeah, sometimes when I see other live streams, the times that people stay up till, it's just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But I do the same thing sometimes, so you know, so your water lettuce is beautiful. It's illegal in my state. Yes, I've actually just discovered that it's actually illegal in several states, which was quite a shock to me. And we're going to be swapping it out for something else, I think, or we are actually, because we've just ordered it. We're going to be swapping it out for something else. So yeah, I might do a live stream tomorrow, not 100% sure. If I do, might be around 3 p.m. Central. That will be good. You should. I say you should do more creative pet keeping, but then I keep getting told I should do more, but sometimes time just doesn't allow. So I know what that's like. So what plants do your fancy goldfish lay eggs on? We actually just have a fake plant in there, and that's simply because most plants they will destroy. So they don't tend to bother with Anubias. That's the only plant I'm aware of that they won't destroy. So, but we haven't got any live plants in that tank right now. It's something that we're maybe going to do, but I'm not sure whether that's what we're going to do or not. So, but yeah, Anubias you should be okay with if you're wanting to put plants in there. But we just had a fake plant in there, and then the last lot of eggs that she did, which was about 3 or 4 days ago, she actually just laid within the pothos roots, and so if I'd have wanted, I could have just taken that out and put it in a jug, but we didn't keep any more. The 2 goldfish fry right now we've is enough. So where can I get water lettuce? H2O Plants. There is a coupon code in my last video, I think. So if you're in the USA, then you can use that, and he does do water lettuce. So do you use golden pothos in your tanks? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I have a video. If you go check out the, it's probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago on actually using the pothos plant, and I actually show you the one I use. So if you just go check that out, then it will show you exactly what we did, what we used, and it has made a difference in the tank, definitely. So what else have we got? I'm going to bed. It's 11:45 where I live. Bye, Isaac. Thank you so much for joining us. I am actually going to end this in a few minutes. I'm going to go to about an hour or so. So I will be ending in maybe the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. So, oh, we've jumped again. Let's see if I can find where we were. Okay, a completely random question, but have you ever owned hamsters? I know it's a bit off topic, but I was wondering if, as I have 2 myself. Yes, I have. I had them probably about 8-9 years back, I think. And after having them, I then went to gerbils. So for all you hamster lovers out there, I am sorry, but I am a gerbil fan over hamsters. I absolutely love gerbils. They are just such an underrated pet. And we did actually breed them for quite a long time as well, and that was so fun, so much fun. Okay, I have the hardest time with Anubias plants. I actually find they are the easiest ones in our tank. They always stay green, they always grow. The others sometimes I have to mess around with, but my goldfish leaves Java fern alone. That's interesting. That's interesting. I shall have to look into that. Russian Talk says hi. All right. King Beta, for a new fish YouTuber, what do you think is a good first video? I would just say introducing yourself, maybe showing all the fish that you have. I think because people just love to see what you have. So I think that I would do introduce yourself if you want to be in front of the camera, or just introduce your fish or the pets that you have. So I would definitely go with that first. I think a lot of times, and we did it as well because we didn't know any better, you sort of go into the how-tos and all that sort of stuff. But I think that if you start to sort of go into introducing the fish and basically what you're doing with them. I know that there's a channel just sprung onto the scene. I think it's called Challenge the Wild, I think, something like that, and he has just exploded within about 3 weeks. He's gone to 1,000 subscribers, and it's basically just he's been setting up a tank, and he's been very interactive, and so he's just exploding. He's averaging, I think he said in his last video, about 100 subscribers a day, and so he is doing really, really well. So, and he has done it by, he's just sort of setting up his tank and introduce the fish, and then sort of the progress as he's gone along. So yeah, I would do that. Jenny Lee, you inspired me to make beta fish videos. Thank you so much. That is fantastic. Keep making them. Keep making them, definitely. Get frog bit. That was actually what we did get. That was the one we got because it wasn't banned in states. I don't know if it was banned in California, but in other states it was perfectly fine. So yeah. All right, you're gonna have to bear with me again. It has just jumped up again. Yeah, I agree with you, Bob. She should do some more live streams, definitely. So I don't think anyone live streams past 5:30 PST time. All right. Let's see. He streams at like 10 a.m. All right. Kay says bye. Young says hi, Sheila. Hamsters and gerbils aren't the same thing, lol. No, they are not. No, they are not. Creative Petkim says, I love gerbils too. Yeah, I absolutely love gerbils. Are you planning to breed more goldfish? We may in the future, but I'm not sure at this point. I say we possibly are going to do the beta fish, but we're not sure. We'll see. So, some people say a water conditioner is needed. Is that true? Yes, absolutely. Unless your water is on a well, and then you don't need to. But otherwise, yes, you do. So, yeah. Will you ever do gerbil videos? I definitely enjoy that, even though I don't own them. I wouldn't know, because we haven't got gerbils now. So, no, I wouldn't do the videos on gerbils, because we don't have any. So, I'd have nothing to show you. So, Hunter's channel, I will see you later. Bye. You're probably already gone by now, but bye. I want to breed half-moon bettas, but I can't find any female half-moons in pet stores. I can only get them online. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places you can get them online, so I would suggest maybe doing that. So, I've already answered the will I do the breeding betas, and the answer is yes, we will at some point. You want to say hi? Oh, she wants to say hi. I don't know if you can see her, but there she is. Okay, and what was my first video? The first video we did, I think, was a video on our snails, I think it was. And then not long after that, we did a how to set up, which is exactly what I said don't do, but it's actually our most popular video. It's just coming on 200,000 views. So, yeah, that one's definitely our most popular video. And then I can't remember what we did after that, but I think it was snails that was our very, very first video. So, yeah, all right. Where are we? We've jumped up again. Where are we? Oh, here we go. Okay, so this channel will soon be 10K. Yes, if we keep growing the way it's been the last week or so, then it will be about 8 to 10 days. So, yeah, it'll be about 8 to 10 days. So, this channel is kicking your butt, Bob. Oh, Bob. Lots of channels are, lol. It's great. You know, sometimes it's so hard not to get caught up on the numbers, but I have a friend. She's so funny. She's not even into fish. And she follows our stats all the time. And when we went to 9,000, I didn't even know we had. And she texted me, congratulations on 9,000 subscribers. And I'm like, what? And I went and looked, and we had got 9,000. So I find it so funny that she follows along the numbers. But I do look at them, I do. But she follows it more than I do. So I saw her today, and I said, you know, it's probably about 8 to 10 days maybe. So, you know, I expect my text saying congratulations. But yeah, we should be there soon. And I cannot believe it. When we started this a year ago, well, it's a little over a year ago now, I never, ever imagined getting this big. I find it absolutely crazy. And having a store on our website, and all the views that we get, and all the dividers that we sell, they have been so popular. It's been absolutely amazing, and the community is so supportive. So numbers shouldn't matter, and yeah, they just shouldn't matter. But it is exciting, obviously. It is a milestone. So, okay. So, do you like axolotls? I am not sure. When I very first saw them a good while back, it was like, oh, I really did not like them. But the more I see them, especially solid golds, she did a video today, and the more I see them, they're growing on me. Let me put it like that. But is it something I'd ever have? No, definitely not. Definitely not. So, yeah, arowanas are banned in a lot of different places. But yeah, that is true. Have you ever considered getting a rimless tank? I haven't actually, no, not really. Not really, no. I like we make our own lids and do our own lighting, and so I do like that option. So, yeah, I do like that option. So, Challenge of the Wild has only been going a few weeks, has it? Has it? I have no idea. Maybe. In fact, you're right. Actually, you're right. I think he has. Because it was somebody who said to check his channel out. And so I did go and check it out and subscribed. And I was just astounded by when he put his video out today and he was saying thank you for, I think it was like 800 and something subscribers. And I was like, what? You've only just started. So yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, definitely. Okay, where are we? We have jumped up again. Don't know whether anyone else who does live streaming has this issue. Does anyone else have this issue? All right, what is the hardest thing about starting a YouTube channel? Your videos are so inspired and I'm thinking of making one. What is the hardest thing? I think just doing it. I think that it's just making the decision and do it. There's a couple of channels I follow, and I suspect that Creative Pet Keeping and a lot of the other big channels do follow. I know I do, and I would check out channels like Roberto Blake and video creators. There's a lot of them out there, but they're generally the two that I follow. Daryl Eves is another one, and they are basically channels that teach you how to grow your channel and what to do. And so I did a lot of research on sort of how to grow and what to do and what not to do, and things like sub for sub is actually damaging to your channel. So, you know, things like that I would never have known. So I would say that it's being consistent. That's another thing. You need to be consistent. If you just do like one video a month, then you sort of get forgotten about. Whereas if you do a consistent once a week, and I would say that it is time consuming, it is a big commitment, but it is so worth it. So if you want to do it and it's something that you're really interested in, then I would say absolutely go for it. Absolutely go for it. Captain Facepalm, it's so what is it over there? 00:53 a.m. here, and I am still watching this. There's going to be a lot of tired people tomorrow. A lot of tired people. If you breed any more goldfish, would you ever sell them? Yes, if I did breed next time, it would be with the intention of selling them. My plan with these is I want to grow them out and see how they end up. Whilst they aren't correct goldfish, you know, they're not sort of breed standard goldfish, they're not tails too high, tails too low and stuff like that. My intention with keeping them was that they've got no swimming issues. The parents haven't. Now, one of them is what you would class as breed standard, but the other one is a tail sort of is like too long. But again, we've got no swimming issues, and so I am thinking about doing the same two again, simply because there are no swimming issues, and it's very, very common in goldfish, especially in ranchus. It's a very, very common problem. And so I am planning on sort of seeing how these grow out over a length of time, and if there are no issues, then I think I would breed the same pair again. I mean, I did have a lot of comments on one of the videos, oh, you know, the bad quality, the this, the that, the other, but my view on that is if it is a goldfish that is bred that can swim really well and is exceptionally healthy, and okay, the tail might not be as low or as high as it should be, I'm not really that interested in that. For me, it's about the quality of life, because we do have one, Gracie, the one with one eye, she has terrible, terrible swim bladder issues, and seeing that go on, I just think that's so sad. So I would rather have one where, you know, okay, the tail may be a bit longer than it should be, but it has no issues whatsoever. So the intention is to see how these grow out, see if they develop any issues, and we'll then make a decision after that. That was a long answer to that question. Sorry about that. Do you plan on getting any other animals besides outside of betas this year? It depends what you mean by animals. If you mean fish, then yes. If you mean animals, then no. We've jumped again. Somebody put good morning from the UK. That's right, it certainly is. It certainly is. All right, where were we? Thank you for your channel, love your accent with the fish video footage, a lot of fun. Thank you very much. Actually, that's a very nice comment. I just want to labour on that one for 1 second. I get a lot of comments, and about how annoying my voice is on videos. And so whenever I get one that I love your accent, or I got some recently, oh, your voice is so soothing, it was such a pleasant change to actually get a very positive comment on my voice as opposed to it is so annoying. So thank you very much for that. I very much appreciate it. What is the new fish tuber challenge that you mentioned again? He is the what was it? Challenge the Wild, I think it's called. I might have got that wrong, but I think it's Challenge the Wild. And he had one tank, and I think he's now got 2, or he might even have 3. He's bitten the bug, he's got the bug, and he's getting fish. So do you only have fish and dogs? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Right now, we did used to have all sorts of animals. We used to have gerbils and birds and rats, and we used to have a whole host of different things. So he's now at 900. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah. Oh, the chat jumps all the time. That's good to know. Excuse me. I was beginning to think that it was just me. So, oh, Shishimi says, yeah. Chat jumps all the time, resets to the bottom, it drives me crazy. Yeah, that's what keeps happening. So I like King of DIY. Yeah, I like his channel too. So yeah, definitely. Oh, we've just jumped again, bear with me. All right, Creative Pet Keeping said, if I can find it, join YouTube creators and video marketing help on Facebook. Oh, I didn't know about that one, so yes, I will. All right, thank you. Can you just mark that down, Adam? Yeah, thank you. All right, so good morning from Australia. Yeah, that's good. Are you ever going to make your own custom tanks? Oh, absolutely not. We have talked about it, and it's definitely something that my husband could do. He is extremely handy like that. It's part of his actual job of stuff that he does. But I don't know that whether it is something that we would do at this point. But yeah, we've definitely talked about it. So your accent is sexy. Well, thank you very much. Okay. All right. Let's see. Bye from the UK, Sheila. Thanks for a great stream and answering my questions. See you next time. Bye, Denise. All right, come on, people, keep it civilized. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, do you still have mystery snails? We don't. When the last one died, we decided that we would just stick with the Nerite snails. So that's what we've done. And I mean, I absolutely love the mystery snails, but I did find that for me personally, maybe not for other people, but for me personally, they seemed a lot higher maintenance than Nerite snails. The Nerite snails, I don't have to do anything. They clean up the tank, they do their job. I very rarely even have to feed them, and because they just eat the algae, and if I do put wafers in, 9 times out of 10 they'll ignore it. Sometimes if I put gel food in, they will eat that, but for the most part they will eat just the algae over the other. So no, we haven't got any right now, and no plans to get any more. Do you know how to cure fin rot? It depends if how bad it is. Yes, I know how to cure it, in that ideally if it's mild, then water changes and aquarium salt will take care of it. And you need to do a lot of water changes, so I would say daily water changes would take care of it. Or if not, then you would need, if it's severe, then I would definitely recommend medication, because you don't want a secondary bacteria infection getting in. So are you going to get any more Dumbo betas in the future? It's funny you should ask that. We were actually talking about that today, and we will, yes, but we will be waiting till Henry has gone. We will be waiting till then, but yeah, we are. Are you going to breed your betas? Yes, I've answered that. Yes, we are. Probably the back end of the year. So red cherries are very hard to find. I found some in a few shops a few miles away, and even then they look like Barbie. Okay. Oh, babies. Barbie. They look like babies. Okay, that makes more sense. Yes, yeah, I've looked often for cherry shrimp, because I would love to do a snail and shrimp tank, and I have just not been able to find any. So if there is anybody out there who would like to ship me some cherry shrimp, then I would be very grateful, because we have such a hard time finding them. And when you do find them online, they are so expensive. So, and because I don't have much joy with cherry shrimp, then I don't really want to spend a lot of money and then it not work out. So, all right. So, when you get your Dumbo betas, so when you get your Dumbo betas, are you going to get half moons or placats? I am not sure because we have a Dumbo placat now and probably a half moon again because everybody loves Henry and so do we. So he is such a character. So, all right, so let's see. I've been doing 50% water changes and it's mild, not too noticeable, but still there. I've been using yeah, so in that case, if it is only mild, then the 50% daily water changes should do it. If you find that it's not, then maybe there's already a secondary infection and you would maybe need to do treatment, as in get a medication. So I would definitely, if there's no change usually within a week, because sometimes it can take longer, but you should start seeing it clear up and the new fin growth. And when there is new fin growth, you will see that the fins look clear. When they grow back, they'll grow back clear, and then they colour up at a later date. So, okay guys, I think that I am going to end it here. We've gone a lot longer than we were planning on, so I think I am going to call it a day now. So, yeah, you're right. Henry is our mascot. He is my profile picture and always has been. So I think that yeah, he is our mascot. We use him all across everything because everybody always recognises him. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to say bye. Thank you so much for joining us. And hopefully, if all goes to plan, we will do another one next week at the same time. I think this is probably a good time. So we will do that next week. So thanks for hanging out with us, guys, and we'll see you next week.